revitalize and rebuild Swedish Counter-Strike, and even if it takes borrowing from a couple of other countries, I still think it'd be a huge success if it could actually work. I still want to see it. They've got a good shot at it here. They're on the T side and already being run it down for the middle. It's NPL to get the opening kill off the map onto Alexi B, and they actually are trying to back out again already.
Oh yeah, and they've made their way through apartments. NPL presented with another opportunity, but not able to connect. Simple on the bomb site. Finds the Gush onto Brolin right through the corner of that box, but now it's a hold state. NIP have found themselves into pit, but they know that they can't approach so easily.
They have Hampus in the middle who could try and backstab somebody, but he's already been found out. Does tag a bit a lot, and Rez running out. He actually gets away with it. Brolin with a headshot. NIP coming out of this fight somehow on top. Rez finding one more kill. NPL, the only one here who could maybe stop them, and he will. Taking down a head trick on top. That is a crazy fight at the end. I don't know how NIP even got into...
Because that player from NaVi is not even there. NPL, he's not looking.
By the time he comes back, is he going to be expecting that much? Even if he came in time, there's 3 people on the other side. They smoke him off, though. 27 seconds, and they get through Hampus on the opening kill. But Bit and NPL quick on the return. Alexi finds a couple of stunning headshots. One of them through the smoke, and the bomb is planted swiftly behind that. Perfecto and Electronic, even if Alexi's low on health. The money, you have to think about it.
Use every single point of entry to the fullest effect. Come from the long side, short side, and get that apartment player.
That's a good read for NIP. They have a good sense already that it might not be that much here, and there's no follow-up nades. That's suspicious if you're on the NIP side. No more grenades coming your way. Great spray down, though. They weren't even looking that way. That's crazy. Finally, Rez able to take him down. They're going to be worried instantly about what's coming from CT spawn. He swings for the fight, but goes down, and that might be the last chance they had at a bomb plant there. Very difficult for Headtrick to find that plant now that he is alone on the site, although he's going to find Electronic, and that might make it a bit easier. I thought actually Electronic would have waited for the rest of the team to show up. Simple still walking up Banana and looking for his first kill off the map, and that's a little bit strange on its own. Hampus is going to deny it. Good job on him. It's Bit to take down Headtrick, and now it's a one-on-one. And a quick smoke. He knows exactly where Hampus is. Very low on health on the Swedish player as well. That makes it tricky, even with the smoke up here. Going to be hard to sustain a fight through that one. He's going to go for it. There's an HE on top, but only the chicken went down. The defuse continued. And Bit, he just held it ice cold on the other side.
Yeah, well played right there by Bit.
It's pretty fortunate at the moment. It does look like they're having to shake off a little bit of rust. Speaking of which, Simple getting caught by Alexi, just putting some speed behind that. Rushing around the archway and leaves Bit alone in the pit. He's in so much trouble right now. Backup is coming, but presumably it's going to be too late. He's trying his best to stay alive inside of the smoke, but they're looking for him. Oh, that reload, very awkward. That could have cost them everything. NPL showing up as well. Electronic at range with the MP9, and suddenly it's a 2-on-2. That seemed like a big misstep. They had him dead to rights in there, and somehow he got away with another kill.
Alexi just ran out of bullets there. It was so awkward. Hampus, though, he actually is taking initiative. They haven't even planted the bomb just yet. Electronic could swing for the trade, but misses the timing. Now, creeping up through bracket, Hampus, he's keyed in onto this angle, and he hits the shot, closing it out for NIP. You're right, Anders. That was a little bit cumbersome.
The boost up. Perfecto is down there as well. Who knows what can happen? We're down to under 30 seconds. Early shot is coming through. It's Bit to pick off Alexi. They're still trying to power their way through, but with only 20 seconds, they're going to have to speed this up. They can't necessarily check everything in the bomb side. They're still trying to. Headtrick running close to the Deagle, and Simple goes down. That's through the smoke! Perfecto, he nearly gets both of them, but the bomb is eventually planted. It's Hampus to go down next, and it leaves Rez entirely on his own. Low on health and in a 1 versus 2. He's got the right idea, but can he hold that angle? Not for long. He's worried about it. And Perfecto sneaking in and executing Rez at the end. A round that probably NIP should have been winning right out of the gates, but...
NIP, they don't commit to it just yet. The nades are out. Another flash. All right, they're going for the re-hit here. There it is. Excellent flash. Simple blind on top, but NPL collects 2 kills. This is a deadly crossfire, and NIP, despite the opener, they were not able to convert.
I'd love to see the timing of NPL going for that peak, because it felt like maybe the timing was just off. Either way, great stuff. But yeah, you're right. He's so flashed here.
Oh, he just sprays through.
Well, okay. Why don't I think of stuff like that? They did think about it. They smoked Arch to avoid that crossfire. And he's like, I don't care. Oh, here we go. Broline on the opening. This is so huge. Every time you could do this, if you have a player that you can run up at the top of banana like this to catch openings, it is just such a luxury. There are some teams that have that, and some teams struggle with it for all of Inferno. There's a follow-up. Symple gets blown up. Roland absolutely ready. And Perfecto back here. He is in an all-out frenzied panic. There's nowhere to hide. And Alexi will find him, and the rest will have to save instantly. A 6th round for NIP. Yeah, I said impactful a little bit cryptically. That's my way of covering myself, right? I can never be fully wrong. It's like, how do you define impactful? Well, my own, whatever my own imagination tells me. Well, 30 seconds, running the clock down low. Now they're being pushed. They were already passive. They're pushed even further back, squeezed into the bomb site. And down from the Bit is trying his best to keep this alive for them. But the fight's already right on top of them. It's NPL again. Huge double kill with the FAMAS. How does he keep doing it? Again, he was the big point of criticism coming into this best of 3, and so far, he's definitely outlived everyone's expectations. Hampus on his own, walking away from it. A 6th round from NaVi, but I still don't think that it doesn't take away from the criticism that is not a great defensive setup. Ooh, this is awkward though. 15th round, and you have to go into it with a couple of Tech 9s and Mac 10. Oh, and that one AWP. He's challenging Simple of all players in the middle. And Simple's not having a good game. It's 1 and 12 for him at the moment, so
there were more footsteps. And NPL, he's holding on to this boiler room. Brolin's right around the corner with the op. This is so scary.
Oh, he didn't see him. That's crazy. He turned his back, and now NPL suddenly might be in trouble. Yep, head trick showing up with the AWP. And it's a 2-on-3. It's Bit inside. He's low from earlier. One bullet and he's gone. It's a drive-by. He just explodes him. Head trick. Styling on them in this round. A 3rd kill. And Perfecto has to go for the clutch here in the 15th round. Not going to be close at all. Quad kill at the end. And an 8-7 win of the half for NIP. We'll see how this unfolds. Second half is coming right up. Creating a bit of a gap on the one side for him. He's trying to get the jump over, but failing it just a little bit. Not quite getting the headshot that he needed, and it allows NaVi to get through the smoke and onto the bomb site. And this might be an afterplant a little bit sooner than they would want. Simple throwing through a bullet. The smoke is fading and executed by Alexi B. 2 great shots, stopping the bomb plant and turning it into a 3-on-3. That was some expert timing.
If NaVi exposed themselves to it.
Yeah.
But he's taking so long.
This is sick.
They do have a kit, though.
Just picked up by Hampus. It was on the ground, but you're right. They might not think anyone's coming from there, because why would NIP throw the smoke? So let's see if this works out. Bit not interested in the smoke. He's going to get the headshot instead. Rez getting one more in return. And Electronic trying to stay in the corner, but he can't. He's going to be found. Head trick gets one shot, but the time is simply up, even with the kit. Head trick has to run for it, and NaVi, much needed pistol round, and they had to really fight hard to get it as well. It looks like they're going to go for the 4-1 split. Once they've dumped all of their nades, they're saying, all right, fine, you can stay here, and I'll do the rest on the other side. Brolin, I think, hanging out on that side. Look at the push, though, coming in. The timing is pretty good when there's only 3 people here, and Simple, a double headshot, the last one through the smoke, through the wall, to bring down Alexi. I don't even necessarily know how, but it's a good shot nonetheless, and Brolin on his own continues to be a weakness for NIP. Obviously not in this round, because they're really holding middle. 3 people, a huge crossfire in the middle. And Brolin's still the first to go down, and now one good flash here could be a little bit of trouble. Rez thinking about it. Oh, a running shot and a deagle on the other side of the crossfire. And Simple and NPL, they are blown up.
NIP, they're gathering information quickly. Every second that NaVi takes means that NIP get a step closer to this bomb site and to pull off the successful rotation.
35 seconds. Oh, and it pays off, just hiding in the corner, and actually it works. Inside of the smoke, they've almost found Rez. I can't believe he's still alive. The grenade almost chases him down. He's got so many lives in this round. Head trick goes down. Alexi sneaking around the back. He couldn't pick up a rifle because they've thrown all of them away in the middle, so he's still stuck on that 5-7. But a quick headshot to make it work. 15 seconds, and the pressure is on Perfecto to either find the kill right now or find some space to get that bomb planted, but this is risky. He fakes it once up on the high ground, and he takes him down. That is an all-in risk. If Alexi doesn't buy, that's 5 in a row for NaVi. 12-8 scoreline. They're doing very well. Brolin, though, pushing down even through the smoke as he takes down Simple and Perfecto both. He put a stop to, but even Electronic, I think, was in a little bit of trouble there. He was half blind when that was going on, so...
Oh, Alexi right on top of the sandbags. They overlook it for a split second, But NPL, he's able to find the trade. And now we see Headtrick tested. Lone defender towards B, 2 players approaching him. He's able to take down his counterpart, the other NaVi Junior player. And now Bit making his way forward. Does recognize Headtrick's position, but Headtrick with the nice headshot to take down Bit.
Oh, NaVi, they're not going to slow down. They're going to keep going. This is a bit scary. 2 people defending, and one of them dies. It might be all over. Alexi surely going to get grenaded out of this position. You can see they're already chasing him down, and Simple pushed in front of the smoke behind that tree. He's going to find both of them. And he's up to 8 kills now. It's still not super impressive, but given the fact that he was almost not present at all in the first half, this is a scary moment for NIP, realizing that they might have woken up Simple. Gotta be frustrating if you're on the NIP side to realize, man, that window, like you said, is closing rapidly. Rez hiding in the corner, very low from Hampus shooting on the other side, so NPL goes down. Bit is ready to bring it back, and Simple through the smoke. He saw the traces. That's the M4A4, not the M4A1. So a little bit more risky to be shooting through the smoke like that. And Headtrick, he's... Wow. Oh, okay. People just dying through the smoke whole round. That's fine.
Yeah, NaVi just found so much form in the last couple rounds. Doesn't matter what the circumstances, and they're just moving as a unit. They're shooting you through walls. They're adding insult to injury. Alexi down. Still have to give him some props. A commendable effort thus far from him. 15-11 scoreline. Although it is being dwarfed by the resurgence of Bit.
Jesus
26 Christ. Kills for this guy.
Yeah, time is running out for them. NPL solo play just creeping out, and he gets the shot, taking down Rez. And unfortunately, the only challenge would have been a FAMAS at range. You don't really want to swing that if you're Hampus, and he doesn't. The bomb is miles away, so even NaVi are surprised by the success of that A hit so far. And they're like, wait a minute, we have the bomb site, but the bomb is miles away, so what are we going to do? Hampus taking down Simple, this time a little bit closer. Plenty of time for NaVi if they want to wait out and see NIP's response here. Fecto is very low on health, but only his head is really sticking up, so Hampus could still be in a rough position when the smoke fades. There we go, he's been spotted, and the information passed on for sure.
You don't usually see the first contact coming out with an app swing.
Yeah, that's super devastating, and probably very frustrating internally in NIP if we had the...
Yeah, it's just such a tough hold, but there is great utility for NIP. That's what they've got going for them here. The Molly has been deployed, Headtrick rotating in, and Brolin, he's had mixed results here at the coffins, and it is unsuccessful this time around. NPL, beautiful shot, Simple, trying to one-way that smoke towards the coffins, inflicting a little bit of damage towards Headtrick, but the number advantage firmly lies with NaVi.
Yes, it does. An electronic this deep in, Hampus not even going to check it. He goes down immediately. Rez and Headtrick to try and hold on to Inferno. It started so well. They got so many rounds in the first half, and in the second half, they get wiped out. Simple with the headshot at the end. That's a beautiful comeback for NaVi. Slow start, but definitely showing that they've still got what it takes. So that is terrifying if you're NIP. You wanted way more out of that, given how the first half played out. You were probably expecting for that to be some kind of a victory, but NaVi says, hell no. So really good job. We are ready for Mirage. It's Alexi looking on top of the box, boosted up. He sees a couple of people, could at least call it out. I think he spotted out Bit, so he knows. That is so patient. Not firing any early shots, not revealing his own position. And he just takes him down. Okay. He blew open the cover and just deleted Hampus from the round. That's something.
That was disgusting from NPL. Explosive. So, Ninjas, they're up against... Okay, wait a second. All right, Brolin's actually fighting back into this one. There is a way for Ninjas to piece this one together. NaVi have not yet planted the bomb, and that actually leads to a bit of confusion, it seems like. I don't know if Brolin is well aware of Electronic's position, but he's swinging on out. He wants a little bit of info, but he's punished for it. And now Electronic is activated, leaving just Rez in the 1 versus 3. First headshot there onto NPL.
They got so curious on IP. They needed to know. They had to know what was happening on the bomb side, and that's what NaVi were expecting. It's not much of a necessarily a deep strategy, but just giving a little bit of space for the enemy team to make a mistake, and they did.
Yeah, and this is yet another interesting position for NaVi. They have those players, and it looks like they're opting for the B split. Hampus playing right beneath the window. There are 3 players here for NIP. They have a real opportunity to shut down this NaVi push, but Simple with the early entry. They're still prodding into the bomb site. 30 seconds left, and Simple, he's actually thinking otherwise. Brolin snuffing out that Perfecto lurk, and now this becomes very confusing for NaVi. They are trying to breach this site, but there are too many NIP players here. Headtrick, Brolin finding frags across the map, and now NPL, he is just a mile away from that bomb. There is no chance for him to win this round.
Ultimately, NaVi just not maybe seizing the opportunity when it was there. Maybe could have gone a little bit quicker if they wanted to, but regardless, see if he can continue the good start that he had on Inferno into this map. That would be crucial. They're trusting him with a better rifle at the moment, and he's going to win the fight against Brolin in Shadow. It's a decent start. Smoke there to fade back in, so not going to get caught immediately. Rez looked like he was about to be in trouble. But they've got that deep control towards jungle as the bomb is being planted. Super important stuff. He goes for another fight, and he almost wins it. Look at Amber's down to 5 health. But the bomb is planted in the back, so can NaVi buy enough time here?
Got bit in the sandwich. Alexi is trying to peek over the smoke, but look at this. NaVi, they're actually finding a position that I don't think NIP is going to expect. They pushed 2 into jungle at this point. But Rez, yeah, he's unable to win the duel, and now there's still this player in window in Hampus, and so he's finding his time to strike now, but it might be too little, too late. He is so far away from the play, and even though he's going to be able to collect that kill onto Electronic, it is for naught. NaVi have stolen a round away off of a beautiful entry from NPL, and really just kind of an interesting idea in the mid-late round attempt from NIP, unless Brolin can truly shut him down with this one way. It's a very well-placed smoke at that, and there we go. Tracers aren't there. He's able to just snipe him from the top, takes down NPL, and NaVi, there's hesitation now.
They're thinking about it, almost isolating Brolin behind the triple boxes. That could have been deadly. He's a grenade away from death, but he's finding one more shot to take down Bit. That's huge. Finally, Simple chiming in. And that's the opening that they maybe needed. See if they can get a quick bomb plant. They still have Electronic down in the middle. Oh, he's got a couple of targets right on top of him. I'm not even sure that might have been a resolution issue there. 2 versus 3 now, and Perfecto and Simple, they have 50 seconds. And NIP's already made the mistake once when they were in this position of being a little bit too aggressive and wanted to find the info. This time, it doesn't backfire on them. Hampus just walks in and shoots Simple in the back, and now it's all on Perfecto, fighting out in the open. Gonna pick up 1 kill there, and he knows. It's on Rez over at the jungle. Surely Rez saw that. I feel like he did. And Headtrick, yeah, that's the information. They're playing off each other. Really good stuff here. 19 seconds, and Perfecto, he should never be able to win that. And indeed, NIP will pick it up. Just so off the wall that you're just not even expecting it, but you're right, maybe not so much for Electronic. Speaking of which, he walks right into that AWP from Headtrick, who's now got it down on the ramp, and he's not going to miss the second opportunity either. Bit, if you want to come for it, you're going to have to face right into this rifle. And eventually, they're going to be backing out, but that's a decent trade. Up close with the AWP. And NaVi gets slowed down once again. NIP standing their ground in this second half now, trying to see if they can hold on to it on the CT side.
For the man that is usually the closer of NaVi, he actually was the one that opened things up. Alexi B and Headtrick approaching from CT. That's the flash right there, but right before it, Headtrick's able to hit the shot. In fact, it's a nade as Simple takes down Headtrick for that. And now Alexi B knows that Hampus is on the flank. He wants to let that activate.
Yeah, they have to really time this well. Perfecto's thinking about it. He's not quite sure. He's going to spot it out, finds him out in the open. The timing works against NIP, and somehow NaVi find a way back into the round, which probably should not have there.
It'll actually fall onto Alexi B's shoulders.
Oh. Well, this time he's not going to be able to put up a smoke and just hide behind it. This time it's all-out warfare. From behind the bench, he takes down Electronic and comes out swinging, dropping Perfecto and nearly NPL on top. That's a great amount of damage. That is some strong B defense for Alexi. We were questioning him early on, but so far he's really stepped up to it. Unfortunately, it still might not be enough. They had that early loss. They can't rotate through middle because that was being held by Bit, and he's still holding it and finding Brolin on top. That's so disappointing because honestly, Alexi did everything that he needed to. 50 seconds still. And Bit right on the other side of the smoke in the middle. Looks like NIP want to try and see if they can be a bit proactive and find what's going on. He's going to get 1 kill, but Headtrick is there to bring it back. Molotov not towards the sandwich, so he can still fight it out. And Hampus may be a little bit fortunate that that's the case. Now they're going to be hunting for Simple. He's on his own, and they know exactly where he is, trapped back here, and no scopes allowed either. It's going to be Headtrick to take the last one. Alexi not quite spotting it on the other side. He's still, now he's swinging a little bit wider, and maybe he could shoot Bit in the back if another couple of seconds go by. 45 of them left here. And Bit's on the other side of the smoke, and that's a nice catch. He got away from Alexi. He managed to make his way through, And this is shaping up so nicely. Oh, what? Headshot through the smoke and head trick to take down Electronic on top. Bit is now on his own. How's this spiraled out? NaVi, they played the entire round right up until this point so well. But a bullet piercing the smoke changed absolutely everything for them. And now Bit's looking for it. He knows that's an AWP peeking him, and he's going to not show any signs of fear at all. Taking down head trick. And Alexi's on the other side. Bit looking for it here. He's already got 2 of the kills. He needs a 3rd, and he's just toying with them at the moment. This is taking a little bit too long. There is a smoke and a kit, but I'm not sure that's going to make a difference right here. He has to come and root him out of this bomb site and find him, and finally, he runs straight on there. Takes an extra second. I was getting worried. Looked like he was looking for something else, but do that after the defuse. Good stuff from Alexi. That first shot.
Bit. He's holding towards mid. Rez with the approach. Perfect timing. As soon as Bit throws that nade, it is Rez taking his life. And now Electronic, he's lost his partner in crime at the top of mid, so he's going to have to get it all done from the underpass. But NPL, he snuck out already. He's pretty deep. And it's going to net him a frag. Takes down Brolin. Rez with the return. And it looks like NIP, they can settle just a bit here.
I think this NaVi trying to exploit the same tendency for NIP to push middle first, and they just want to push the A bomb side while NIP is occupied in middle, and it's kind of been working, but they still can't win the fight at the bomb side. Even if they get on there, it's not good enough to win them the round, and that's a credit to NIP. They're able to actually win the follow-up fight and get the after-plant situation in their favor. 2 versus 3 now. Electronic and Simple supposed to be an absolutely lethal duo. See if it could be enough to bring an 8th round here. They've taken a timeout. NaVi, they have lost a couple of rounds here. Now they want back in. Simple only good for the 1 kill. And now the question is, how much could Electronic do from this Tetris position? 1 versus 2. They do have a kit and a smoke already put up. Right, there's the first one. Tries, he's got plenty of bullets, but he's not finding it. Oh. He's just drawing an outline. 8 to 7 as the full defuse comes in. NIP, they should be celebrating. Is it enough for the second half? We're going to find out right now.
Is now going to confuse NaVi because they might think it's all towards this side of the map. But in fact, Head Trick was waiting, lying in wait, top mid.
That is sick. The smokes to get close to avoid the USPs. Little P250 sniping at a distance. The bomb is planted already. How do you even retake this if you're NaVi? You don't have a smoke currently. There is a kit, but that doesn't really matter. You need the smoke to try and get in there and put some pressure on the NIP team. And they still have Hampers in the lower dark, or in underpass, sorry, to try and get there. Electronic finding some kills back. It should still be a little bit too late. They're trying to tap that bomb, but they're just out in the open. There's no real estate here for NaVi. It's Head Trick to close it out. Great job. A very well executed round for NIP.
Pieces in the past that, in some ways, are there's less power to them. There's less firepower. And that is why he has to always implement such crazy tactics. Works out in this one. Yeah, we've liked what we've seen from Head Trick in the last half. Finding some openers, closing some rounds out. But Simple and Bit, they're going to connect on this B defense. That is a nice hold, a double peek, in fact. Hampus still trying to press on forward, but there is a smoke right there. That is so awkward to play around. But Head Trick actually is able to take down Simple because of it. But they're just jumping through a smoke.
The 5.7 is way too powerful for that. Pistol is, I mean, it's proven itself over the last year to be a very valuable tool, and especially that short range.
He'd love to just sit back and relax, but he still wants a way back in this round. Electronic dancing with him around triple. He's being shot in the back. There's so much pressure now. And with the way Electronic's playing this is hopeless for Head Trick. No way he was going to find a kill there as everybody was swarming him.
3 people, though. NaVi see it coming. They're already in the bomb site, ready to defend it. So even 1 deagle headshot's not going to be enough here. They need probably 2. Rez delivering the 1, but the second has to come quick, and it's Brolin to step it up. Not bad at all. Gets another one onto Bit, the spam this time, and it is enough to at least win the bomb site. 10 seconds as they get the bomb plant, and now it's a 2-on-3. And the question is for Electronic and NPL. Are they going to throw everything away to try and do this? A jump pass with the MP9. He's very mobile with that gun, trying to look everywhere for it. He's going to get 1 shot on the M4, but it's not enough. Hampers on the crossfire, and NIP. That's a stolen round. They should never have been allowed to do this, but the Deagles ring true. Stopping this alone, there are going to be grenades landing on him. Flashes left and right, and now they're getting really close. You have to think about whether or not he wants to stay. Molotov at his feet as well. He either has to commit to this or fall back and save the AWP. Perfecto, he gets one, but is quickly taken care of. And now at least he's got some defense with him. He peeks into the AK and gets taken down right away. Single from us on the site now to try and hold this one off. Still 20 seconds, and the Molotov use is so good. They force him back. Bit gets taken down, and now it's Electronic in a 1 versus 3. And what looks like an impossible clutch for this one. They're all on that side. When he peeks them, they're going to peek. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Head Trick is there with the AK. And that's a very calm... Well, NaVi just are not ready to play Mirage against NIP at the moment. Head Trick missing a shot really rarely. Almost gets burned out, but pretty quick with the smoke. Meantime, there is an assault on the A-bomb side. Good grenade to take down Head Trick finally, but he's taking a lot of attention away. And the trading continues. Almost winning that fight is Rez. The grenade will certainly do it. Simple should... Oh, I can't believe he lives!
7 damage nade. Not quite enough. Recognizing that NIP's option is towards that B site, and so he'll be able to cut this off, but he has to win this fight. There he goes. Takes down Hampus. Just a little bit of health on Brolin, and he's good for it. Headshots, of course. Headshot galore for Bit.
We talked about this. This is the kind of opportunity that Hampus makes for himself. It's so sick, and not many players in the world are going to be able to do this. That cracks open the B bomb side. Perfecto, he needed that kill. The fact that Hampus still alive is a nightmare for Perfecto, and there it is. Well done. Finding him and has maybe a chance to defend it. Rez nearly drops, and Perfecto swings for the fight. He's out in the open. Still a chance. The bomb is up on the ledge. 20 seconds. There is another walk coming through the murder hole in the middle, and we'll see if they're going to be ready. NPL. Oh, he goes for the spin. He actually had the time. He was going to get shot in the back of the head, but he heard him right at the last second, and now this round is done. Nothing that Head Trick could do. The bomb is too far deep, and he does not have the time for it. Deagle will take him down. Hampus created the entire opening, but honestly, Perfecto, he sealed it again.
This is a tough situation to be in. This is really the old NIP special. They used to run this play all the time when Hampus was the caller. They go back deep into the playbook, and it actually works. It cracks open the bomb site, but one thing is that Hampus, he overlooked that cat spot. If he had taken the duel outright, maybe he would have had a chance to win it.
40 seconds on the clock here.
Seems like Perfecto's aware of it, but once again, Hampus up to his tricks, but NPL, he smelled him. Pushing right through the smoke, able to even things up, and there we go. Perfecto taking down Rez. That's one side of the attack eliminated, but it's actually multiple things going on the map right now for NIP. Alexi B is trying to make his way onto B. There's 2 players here on A right now. It's been scouted out, but Brolin wins the fight. This might give NIP their chance to put themselves on 15.
It has to. They desperately need it. It's a low percentage. Brolin was low, and what a peak from NPL. It's all on Head Trick, and he's going to go down. Simple crouching into it, able to pick up his 21st kill, and it's a 13-14 instead, as NaVi will live later, or at least take off the middle for NIP. Just letting NaVi settle in, and then we'll see what happens. Simple peeks in. He's quick enough to get the one shot there onto Head Trick. And this is a problem, though. Oh, look at the isolation. Perfecto. He should be dead already. I can't believe he's made it this far out. They're still hunting him down, and eventually they're going to get the shot. And NPL died in the middle of all of that, too. Electronic, he's seen it. He knows that Brolin is there. But can he actually find it? No, he can't. He gives up on the angle. A series of wild mistakes coming up from the NaVi side will give NIP a 15th round.
Always one more trick up the sleeve for people like Hampus and Alexi.
Simple, he wanted it. He could taste that kill, but the Molotov will prevent him. Are they going to realize there is still a second player in connector in MPL? They definitely will not. They were not expecting it. That's such a nice trick. And Alexi goes down, shot at the back, and the rest of this B push, 35 seconds. You could still run A, but it is a huge risk. It feels like they're committed to it now. Simple, not taking the opportunity. Bit is here, and he's going to take one right over the smoke, and Brolin going down. 25 seconds, and they get rid of Simple. Bit is under a lot of pressure, and the backup is not going to be there yet. It's Head Trick instead. Takes his face off, and a nice angle. NPL able to bring it up and stop the bomb from being planted. 10 seconds now. Everything rides on this for NaVi. They desperately need to reclaim this bomb site. Hampus gets run down, and the same is true for Rez. What a retake. NPL in charge of it, and NaVi, they push it a little while longer into the 30th round.
Still, an opportunity for NIP closing in on this A site.
Oh, Brolin Electronic, it could be a replay of the battle from the last round or the previous one. Electronic to get one, he gets traded right away, but NPL is there, covering jungle. And they're going to go for the bomb plant. 2 versus 4. 2 on 4 to hold on to it. They've got kits. They've got everything they need here. NaVi to make it work. Counter flash coming out. The peak. Oh, they almost lined up. That could have been a sick triple, but instead, it's Bit to pick them apart, and it's overtime on Mirage between NIP.
But once again, NaVi showing what they're made of. In these tight games, they are one of the toughest teams in the world to put away. They're right up there with Faze, and they want to make sure.
They're right on the other side. Electronic, hoping no Molotov is going to land on top of him because he's in sandwich ready and waiting. Rez peeks in front and crouches right under to take down Electronic. That is a scary peek to take. Alexi will drop MPL, who's trying to come for the smoke. And once again, NIP getting a lot of control, a lot of space on the map, and they're using it expertly.
Oh, this is looking terrible. But wait a second. Perfecto and Simple able to find a couple frags, but Hampus lies in wait. This is something that it looks like Perfecto may have overlooked. No way! Spins around to take him down. There is a complete opportunity for NaVi, but Rez taking down Simple makes it all up to Perfecto. Bombs planted wide in the open. This is going to be impossible, and Rez shuts it down. A great attempt there on the retake, almost bringing it all the way back.
Alexi could have got his head taken off there. Perfecto getting curious on the other side, and Hetrick was counting on that and waiting for it. Ducked down again is NPL. He did this last time and it worked, and again he's going to be successful. Just catching Alexi. Crouching in though, Electronic, I don't think he realizes. If he comes back to take a look now, they might have him dead to rights. Walking out into the open and Brolin, he was so sure of where he was. Great play, and Hampus on the headshot there to bring down NPL. Bit and Simple. What could they do? They have to go for it, but it's a 2 on 4. NIP absolutely coming alive in overtime. That's kind of crazy. They couldn't find that last round at all. And then overtime, they just make it look easy.
Oh, and then Hetrick already flanking with the op from ladder. Makes it so difficult. Takes down Simple to close it 18-15. There is still some mid-pressure from the side of NaVi. Rez, oh, he doesn't spot that out. That's an opener. Electronic is being pressured by all this utility. Flashes go over. Hampus at the jungle. So much damage while blind, but he is taken out through the smoke. And a flurry of frags as Brolin peeking right above the smoke. This is his favorite play, and he's able to reap the rewards of it once again.
NaVi pretty much won the round, but just like that, it comes back. An HE, and then the peak on top. Brolin with a double kill, and I can't believe it. It looked like NaVi had every entry they could need. Instead, Brolin trying to walk for the smoke, and Simple will take him down. Hetrick. What is the play here? Making the jump across. NPL acting like he didn't quite hear it, so maybe he didn't. Is this enough of a surprise factor? Simple surely going to be looking for it, and he won't miss this shot. So they live for the first round, but they need another 2. The wall smokes towards the jungle, and Connector is working perfectly, and they might be able to get a really quick bomb plant behind us. We'll see. Yeah, Bit trying to find a safe angle. Alexi, he's pushing through. This is so dangerous. Oh! And coming through on the other side, Perfecto with the revenge. Sure, they lost Bit, but he's going to take 2 in return. Brolin making the jump, and he's caught mid-air. He could not get through. Brolin is out of it, and now it's all on Rez. No way to escape this, surely. 3 people peeking him at once. It's Electronic to get the kill.
There we go. They're burning even more utility. This is all working out so well for NaVi.
Oh, that's close. They wanted to be rewarded for that, and eventually they will be. Bits out in the open. He's going to get traded. That nearly got away from them, and a nice shot from Hetrick. They might have found a way. Just letting NaVi walk into that little trap in the middle. And once they sprung it, they were not ready. Perfecto and Simple. Bomb being brought through the underpass, but Rez has a nasty angle, and he's going to be able to take him down. Simple, he's got 24 seconds. This should be impossible. 1 versus 4. He's got absolutely no time, no teammates either. Only thing is the element of surprise, but once he fires this rifle, that'll be gone too. There it is. He just has to run under the site and try and find this bomb plant right now and hope that no one's nearby, and even that dream is gone. 8 seconds. It's gonna be NIP to pick up the map on Mirage and bring us a 3rd. It'll be over past the final battleground between these 2 teams. What a struggle for NIP to get here, but they did it. Simple has the P250, and he's at a point in the map where he's at a huge range. So if anyone's peeking any of these positions with a USP thinking they're going to have it... Oh, he saw that, and even the Glock, you catch someone looking the wrong way. Brolin trying to play for the team, trying to get the information, and it blows up in his face.
Oh, yeah. This is a great timing for him. Simple might be caught unaware. Nades being thrown, but no, Simple. Always ready. Even when it feels like the timing shouldn't be favorable there. It's actually causing a big rotation. NIP, they're the ones that are being toyed with in this round. Electronic is deep with the dualies. Hampus caught off guard. Alexi B in the 1-on-4, and he doesn't even know what bomb site this is headed to, and he doesn't need to know. That's what Electronic's saying. Shoots him right in the face. That has to bear the utility. Few players, though, from NIP waiting, and they actually aren't mollied out of position just yet. Bit pressing on forward, swipes down Alexi B. That's incredible to peek that deep into long. I can't believe he expected that to happen. And there we go. Simple holding the flank, taking down Hampus, and Rez is a mile away from this one.
It looks funny because they're not putting pressure on anyone here, and Bit is just like, all right, I'll open it, and then another 2 openings behind it, and it's done.
A favorable opening duel. Nades there. So much damage being inflicted early on, but no frag in either direction.
They're so pressured behind this, with Perfecto holding the pillar on the other side. No counter grenades really coming out from the NIP side. They can't slow them down. And Lexi, he was flashed the entire way through. Even though nobody was looking at him for about 3 seconds, it didn't matter at the end. And I think
it felt like when NaVi was entering, they knew exactly where to look. Every flash was just on those NIP players. Just nothing they could do. It's a lot easier if you run into a bomb site and you just essentially...
If he dies, it's going to cause a bit of a scramble on the CT side. Did he see that? I think he did.
Yes, definitely did. But the flash there is actually going to alert Brolin to Bit's presence. That's very nice. And it does look like NIP found a way to win around here. 2-man advantage. Brolin backing all the way up. Wants to make sure that he doesn't die by his lonesome. And with 40 seconds left and just a couple of smokes, NaVi, I think they're forced into this. It looks like they're going to have to go for it. Oh, man, Brolin, even though Simple was being boosted, he nails him with the headshot. Perfecto, he hears them doing significant damage, actually takes down both, but it just seems like the bomb is so far away. 20 seconds. I don't think you can make it at this point. This is going to be a round victory for NIP.
It's an interesting scenario. I think that's worth highlighting what you mentioned there. 27 seconds. Definitely going to be a B execute this time. Brolin is scarily close on the other side to being down connector. He can be there so fast, maybe faster than NaVi would want, so I'm not surprised if that's what ends the round. A missed flick here from Headtrick, and he's isolated behind the pillar. He can't escape. Brolin's trying to get there, but they need to slow this down. Rez is going to get dropped, and Hampus in the water on his own, and there we go! Hampus and Brolin just in the clutch timing. That's perfect. Brolin still looking down there. They're well aware. They know that he could be, and they're going to be having eyes on it. Simple heads-up play, and they almost get shut down. Rez could have had a multi-spray down. 2 versus 3 instead. Alexi and Headtrick to try and keep the streak going for NIP. It's been looking good so far, but if they let NaVi into the game once again here, this first half is still very questionable for them. Alexi, he was good for a double last time, and he's going to do it again. His Simple Bit actually got the headshot on Headtrick at the same time. That's crazy. Team that has the kind of firepower that NaVi do. If you win or lose those battles, it might be all over. And here's one of the fast plays you mentioned earlier, one of the few ones that's available on this map. And so far, they've traded evenly. There's still 2 people on the bomb site defending for NIP, so they're not really through. They haven't punched through the wall yet, NaVi. And the longer they wait, the more backup is going to show up. A 3rd man rotating in from the high ground in Headtrick.
Oh, smoke fading betrays Alexi there. And now Rez in the pit. He is supported by Headtrick, who seems to have locked in this player in Perfecto. Perfecto shouldn't be able to leave, but no, Rez takes the duel. Headtrick was already holding the angle right there. Didn't have to necessarily take that fight. Could have just held on to the space. But now it leaves Headtrick in a 1 versus 3.
It's not deep enough. They need a lot more. And they're not going to have that much to do with either.
No, this is not the situation you want to find yourself in for the Ninjas. Despite the possibility of a T-side comeback, NaVi, there are no slouches on CT side either.
Looks like they've got the right idea. 4 people there. They've got the rifles. If they can't hold B with this, I don't know what will do it. This should be the best chance for NIP to actually win a round finally. Roland comes in with a huge double Alexi to follow it up, and I think by now we get the message. This was too much, and they're going to start to fall back. And Headtrick, I think this is smart play. Why stay and fight them up close? Just get a kill, maybe get some information. Oh, he's going to come back for the second one. Good job on the double. Another round for NIP, even if it's late.
This gives NIP a real shot.
Oh, almost the follow-up. That would have been really something. Long and a good little flick. Not the widest distance, but Simple going to be beating Hetrick to the punch. And he might do what he tried to do earlier, which is, if the timing is right for it, push up to try and... Oh, look at this. They're all going for it. The entire squad expecting a B hit. Or sorry, an A hit, and they actually just all go for it. That's crazy. They have got one smoke, but the bomb is planted in a very awkward position to try and smoke off easily. This feels like a mission that's doomed from the outset, especially now that Hampus has gone down. Simple landing into the shot. See if they could find a bit more. It's perfecto and a bit at the end. 11-4. Great first half for NaVi. They're looking hot at the moment. Second half, it should be theirs. We're about to find out.
And that would make his day. Perfecto, though, round the site, dancing around it, and it's Hetrick who takes him out. Electronic, he's still here with the dualies, but he backs on up.
Yeah, realizes he could have maybe got shot in the back, and he was not wrong, just the timing didn't work out for him to take that peek. Nice boost to look over. Alexi gets blown up, and that's maybe a way for NaVi to get back into the afterplan. The Hetrick's still here with the Glock. It's so efficient. They know, but they can't easily fight him. Rez is there to get some cover, and finally, a little bit of something going NaVi's way. NPL alone? I don't know if there is a kit somewhere, but if there is, I don't think he could find it at this point. Gonna jump straight on there, 10-second defuse. There is no way that's gonna happen, and eventually Hampus will find him. NIP, a critical pistol round. If they have any dreams... A little bit of a flashbang, a little bit of noise being made. Simple probably calling it out that someone's up close. And Bit's gonna go for it. A second flashbang, and he keeps running. It's actually Simple getting the headshot. It wasn't Bit at all. That's crazy. Now they're gonna be moving a bit closer. Simple is out of it, but the 5-7s are still up close. There is a second one as well on Electronic. I don't think they realized. I don't think they heard anything there. This is a bit risky, and that's gonna be the bomb on the ground. 3-on-3, still with 30 seconds. Rez has to be very careful. What a headshot. The flash follow-up, though, makes it impossible for Electronic to continue the fight. But that was about to be a disaster, and it may yet be. Hampus and Alexi trying to see if they can recover this. 18 seconds. The bomb being wheeled in, but they've lost the bomb side again. Alexi, he has to fight this on his own. 10 seconds on the clock, and NPL, oh, he wanted to fight it. And Alexi takes him down just in the last seconds of the round. And IP could still be in trouble because this one Molotov here, I mean, if they can't put it out, if they get stopped behind this at 20 seconds, there's the Molotov down, and you can see the terror in their eyes. They realize we have to slow it down even further, and finally they manage to put it out. But on the other side, the FAMAS are doing so much damage. A double for Perfecto and a triple for Electronic, and just that one nade. Interesting setup here from Bit and Simple. See if they could cover each other, especially with rifles and none of them in AWP. Oh, the sneak in. Brolin with a grenade. They had to keep going. Bit, he's running them over. He's found 2 out of 3 with nades in hand. They had no idea. That is so crazy.
Just perfect timing from Bit right there. Never expecting it, none the wiser. Simple, dancing around the smoke now, able to take down Rez. Just Hampus remains, and he is wondering what just happened to my team. And there aren't going to be any good answers. No one's going to be able to come up with why that worked so well for Bit. Everybody just had their nades out. They wanted an exec on that A site, and it just perfect timing. It's like he's got a sixth sense for this position. Bit, he's world class at A defenses, and oh, it's so beautiful to see him wielding the A4 again.
Oh.
And Bit, his time to kill. There's not many people that are faster than him.
No.
And he keeps it up. MP9, doesn't matter. A4, whatever weapon he's wielding, it's headshots all day for him. Simple, connecting too. He wants a piece of the action. And Bit just wants to charge on forward. Is it another headshot? Of course it is. Do I even have to ask?
Had to be, didn't it? By the space that you're talking about, get rid of Simple with that AWP before he puts a shot in. They're trying to do it. Leg shots coming out. That'll slow them down. We're at 18 seconds for the round, and Hampus, finally something's working out here for NIP, but they need more. The crossfire is dead on perfect. It's Bit with another multi-kill. This time they weren't headshots, but we'll take the triple anyway and put NaVi at 15. So he's massively shot up all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, he's definitely here to play.
Pushing long right as they're doing it. He's not slowing down even after revealing his position. Electronic hiding in the corner, and this is just falling apart here. NIP getting no shot at it in what looks like the final round. Hetrick's going to be taking down Simple, but yeah, they got overwhelmed at the start of it. Oh, wow. Did he see it? I think Hetrick has a good idea. That's a catch. Maybe they're back. Maybe he can keep them alive. triple so far on him. Trying to see if he can get MPL back into the mix instead of fighting it 1 versus 2. And I'm not surprised. Oh, close. MPL taking a lot of space behind it. Are they going to be ready for it? Flashes out, and the spray's almost good. But Hampus, he lives on just 4 health. And now Perfecto. He called in the backup, and it never really arrived. And he can't get the job done either. A quad kill on Head Trick to keep them alive. It's got to be feeling good as well, just being in the public eye and not having to deal right away with a lot of criticism. Oh,
Okay.
come on. Come on.
Even though things got a little bit chaotic in the last round for NaVi, I think things have really settled for them. Perfecto will have an advance warning on this approach from NIP, and it's more than just a warning, it's 2 frags, and he's able to survive 2. Oh no, NIP, I feel like this might be it for them.
Shooting them right in their little booties, Alex, and they just get their toes blown off one at a time. That's a horrible image. Brolin and Head Trick, 2 versus 5, 20 seconds left, and trying to breach the B bomb side. It looks impossible, and it is 16-8. It's NaVi to bring down NIP, but not without a struggle. NIP with a new lineup and definitely looking interesting, but NaVi, they still have that core strength, and today they're rewarded for that.
Yeah, and we could see that it really worked out for them. The strength of their riflers